Hello everybody, Skywarped33 here, and today I'm wearing a hoodie because I have a really bad hair day. But besides that, I'm going to be showing you guys my brand new GlitchTrap mask. I am very happy with how this thing turned out. As you guys can see, it is a lot bigger than the little clay GlitchTrap, which is about yay big. I'll do a little comparison in a bit. And it's an actual mask, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So, I'm just going to kind of give you guys a quick up-close look at it, and then I'll show you all the fancy little details. So as you can see, big old smile, nothing new from GlitchTrap. He's got all these seams on him that I actually hand painted on there, but I think it's cartoony enough to look like the actual character without it being like too cartoony to not look realistic, if that makes sense. But yeah, so he's got big old ears that are both kind of lopsided. It's kind of hard to get them both in the shot at the same time, but one side is a bit smaller here and the other one's a bit wider, just like the actual character, where like everything's not exactly perfect and stuff. So yeah, and then on the back, at this top seam right here, I actually split it so it looks like it's split right there. Pretty simple stuff. Looks pretty cool. You might be wondering what these little circles are. Those are actually the spots I see out of when I wear the mask. I tried to make them blend in as much as possible, but it was starting to get to a point where the more I colored them, the harder it was to see out of it, so I decided to just sort of leave it right about like this, which still isn't the worst thing ever. It's not exactly noticeable, but you know, I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, you might be wondering, why did I make another GlitchTrap mask? Or another GlitchTrap in general? That is a good question. Well, the reason being, I'm planning on making a music video to Darkest Desires, and I figured it would be way easier to just build a second GlitchTrap that's an actual mask than rather trying to use the little clay one for like an entire music video as the top part of my head. It kind of worked in the Die in a Fire music video, but that was just for like a segment of the video. This would be like main character, center stage kind of thing, and I wouldn't want to have to do a head replacement shot for like the entire video, so that's kind of the reason I came up with this. As you can see, he's got pretty thick whiskers. They come out pretty far, so he's a pretty wide mask. The whiskers end about here, it's kind of hard for you to see, and about here. They're a dark brown, but basically what I did was I got some really thick wire, wrapped it around itself like 3 different times, and then I coated the entire thing in, what's it called? EVA foam clay. It's this new thing I found, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. As you can see, I'm almost out. I'm not sponsored or anything. It'd be pretty neat if some sort of foam clay company would sponsor me, but you know, it's basically clay that once it dries, it has the exact same properties as EVA foam, so you can seal it and paint it and stuff. And it's pretty neato. I like to use it in a lot of my new projects now. And I actually used it for the cheeks on GlitchTrap here. I kind of came up with a slightly new technique where I used actually aluminum foil and a little bit of EVA foam to sort of shape the side here. Let's see if I can get it up and close. So the side of his face is very round and smooth, and I'm very proud of it because what I did was I just filled it up with aluminum foil and then coated it in the EVA foam clay and then coated that in the fabric, and it turned out pretty great, I like to think. So that's kind of how he's got such really smooth cheeks on the side of his head rather than one of them possibly being like slightly different sizes and stuff. It was a lot easier just to do it like a clay model and like coat it and that stuff, and it turned out pretty accurate, I like to think. Now you might be wondering, what's with the fancy big old line down the center of his head? Well, chill out for 1 second. But other than that, it's because I made it so that his face opens up. You know what I used for it? Get your bingo cards ready. Magnets! It's crazy, magnets! Wow! But yeah, so his face opens up like this to sort of show off the inside of the mask. And if I'm in purple guy cosplay or some other costume, when I pop it open, you'll be able to see my face on the inside, and I'll be able to like look all spooky and stuff. So I think it's pretty neat. The way it works is there are these sliders right here that I kind of customized from some random pieces of junk I had to sort of just be sliders, and then it doesn't lock when it's up, so I kind of have to hold it, but when I slide it back down, there's magnets in the corners of his mouth, and they correspond with the magnets on the bottom corners, and if it does it right, it just remagnetizes itself properly, like so. At least it does it most of the time. But yeah, if you haven't been able to notice, because the top piece and the bottom piece are separate, he's actually able to talk, which is a thing no other GlitchTrap mask that I at least know of is able to do. I know some people with some of those SFM animations made it so that GlitchTrap would talk, but I decided to physically make it a part of this mask where he's able to open and close his mouth like so. But yeah, and then the last thing that I want to show off is that his eyes light up. Wait, gotta click the other button. Boom. It's actually really bright, and I kind of dig it. As you can kind of see, they light up purple on the inside, like so. I think it's a really cool effect because when the light is off, if I can find the button, when the light is off, it just looks like a white eyeball, but when I turn it on, it turns purple. The reason being, I took a purple Sharpie and colored on the inside of the eyeball here, so when it lights up, the purple shows through, and when it's not lighting up, it doesn't show through. But yeah, I'm very happy with how these turned out. Here it is in the dark. Oh yeah, that's terrifying. This reality. My mentality. Okay, I'm gonna just turn the lights back on. But yeah, you're probably saying, Sky, why aren't you wearing the mask yet? Well, I'm about to do that now. So yeah, the way his head is shaped, I actually have to pop this part up so it's not connected while putting the head on so that I don't accidentally smack the teeth around a little bit and bend them out of shape. So this is how it goes on. Just sort of slides on down, like so, and then it closes, like so. So as you can see, I can't. I'm just joking. I can actually see a little bit out of these bits. Like I said, it's not perfect sight, but also I can go like this now and smile. You're on camera. But yeah, I really like how it looks, because for like an up-close shot, I can do like mouth movements. Like I can try to do subtle stuff like, or if I really want to, I can open and close my mouth really wide, and it'll probably be a little noisy, but for a music video, I would take the sound out anyway, and it would look like this. You kind of get what I'm saying, right? Right? Yeah. And then, since there's this piece right here is separate, I can kind of grab it here and kind of like stretch it down to make it look like it's actually opening. I'm just like, you can kind of picture where I'm going with this. I think it'll turn out really cool for like a music video where it's like GlitchTrap singing and then he just opens up and it's like purple guy, or I make my eyes glow purple or something. I don't know exactly, but you kind of get the gist. Now another thing you might be curious about is if I don't want my actual face and mouth to be shown as he's lip syncing, the easy way to fix that is to just wear a black mask like this on the inside, and then when I open and close his mouth, even if I do it really wide, you can't see the actual face. So yeah, it's kind of a fun little way. Depending on the shot I use it for, I can kind of cover up my face so it just looks like GlitchTrap talking, or I can take off this extra fabric piece I'm wearing on my face to make it look like there's actually a person inside. I know, great times. It's good, yes. But yeah. And that's basically everything on this mask. Now, let's get into some comparisons, if I can say words properly today. Let's get into some comparisons. But before that, a word from our sponsor. The sponsor is me. I have no sponsors. But if you want to support me, you could always join our Discord server or become a channel member. Yeah, information down below about that. If you click the join button, it'll give you all the channel member information, and then there's a link to the Discord server in the description. Though, if you're under 13, we will be forced to kick you from the server just because that's Discord's rules. If you're under 13, you technically aren't allowed to have a Discord, and the only reason we would have to kick you from the server is because it's not our control to say who and who can't be underage on the server, because that could be something that could get me in trouble, and I don't want to deal with that. I ain't feeling to get canceled this year. This would be really awkward if I got canceled this year. I hope I don't get canceled this year. Play this back in a month. But yeah, with that much being said, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm currently working on a really cool project called When Fate Comes Knocking Chapter 2. And I would absolutely love it if you guys, after you're done with this video, would check out Chapter 2 Part 1. If you're curious why it's called Chapter 2, is because there's technically a Chapter 1, which is a choose-your-own-adventure game, but you don't have to watch Chapter 1 to be able to watch Chapter 2. There's a recap at the start of it, so you don't have to spend a long time catching up to just jump into the new thing. It's actually really cool, and I'm going to show you a couple clips from it. It's not necessarily the cleanest thing, because there is a little bit of blood and violence and stuff, but you know, Five Nights at Freddy's is for kids and stuff, so a little knife stabbing here and there would never hurt nobody. Who are you? What's going on? Oh, you have to be kidding. But yeah, if you want to check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. I spent a really long time on Part 1 of Chapter 2, and I'm currently in the works on Part 2 of Chapter 2, and yeah, stay tuned for that. Alrighty, now for some comparisons. So this is my original GlitchTrap clay figurine. He's got magnets, I said it again guys, magnets in his hands so he can kind of move a little bit and do a little waving action, and then his head is a separate piece so it can rotate and stuff. But yeah, so I really didn't feel like trying to put this on my actual head using VFX and stuff like that for an entire music video, which is kind of the main reason I ended up making a GlitchTrap mask. And now I'll show them next to each other. GlitchTrap be like, never talk to me or my son ever again. But yeah, as you can see, they are pretty similar to each other. This one I like to think is maybe a little bit more accurate color-wise. You can't really tell on the camera at least because I had to mess with the settings for some reason, but the colors are a little bit better on this one than they are with him, but I still really like the color scheme I kind of came up with for the new GlitchTrap. As for the blaring obvious defect that everyone's probably going to comment about, regular GlitchTrap has eyebrows and my new one does not. Main reason being, his head ended up being a little bit shorter than I wanted it to be, but by the time I had gotten to the part where I would add the eyebrows, there was no space. So I still think it looks good, mainly because the size of his eyelids kind of already look like eyebrows just because of the way it is. But you know, it is what it is and stuff like that, yeah. Next up, the other giant rabbit. So we've got GlitchTrap now, and we've got Springtrap now. Look at that, that's crazy. If you guys are actually curious, I used the same color fabric for both of them, but I used different techniques to color them differently. So with Springtrap, I put a bunch of green mold and red and brown all over him to kind of make him look all gross and disgusting. And with GlitchTrap, I kind of just used brown to darken him up in a bunch of different spaces, kind of make him look more like he was a well used or dirty mask kind of thing. They're actually about the same size. GlitchTrap is a little wider, mainly because of the cheeks and these, I can't remember what they're called, the whiskers, that's the word. But yeah, I have a lot of killer rabbit costumes. I don't know why. And yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. If you're curious where I'm gonna keep GlitchTrap because he's so big and there's like not much space left on my shelves, I'm probably gonna swap out Jevel's mask for GlitchTrap and put him up on this side here. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put Jevel after that, but who knows. I haven't used Jevel for almost over a year, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. But yeah, one last thing, if you've made it to this far in the video, I just wanted to let you know that I'm gonna put a poll out to ask you guys a question. The question being... Well, before I was rudely interrupted by my camera running out of memory card space, I was gonna ask you guys, do you think I should keep Clay GlitchTrap, or should I repurpose him into a Ralphio figure? So I noticed that Ralphio from the book Bunny Call is very similar to GlitchTrap here, and I'm debating if I should change him or not. Yeah, let me know. I'm putting a poll out. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. God bless. I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, bye.